Yo, what's good, y'all? Kingkobra35 here with another E-bike adventure, heading off the area of West Mesa out to the area of Westminster. Nighttime adventure for all you. We never know what's going to happen. We never know what's going to go on. We never know who we're going to run to. We never know what we're going to see or who we're going to see. But overall, we hope and prayers to the guy up above that we have a great ride, a safe ride, and make it to our destination safely. Get no accidents, no mishaps, nothing that causes us to get any accidents or mishaps or any kind of bad activity or any kind of troubles. And like I said, overall, we'll just hope we make it to our destination safely. Another thing that we're praying for out there is for everyone to stop this chaos that's going on. Protesting for whatever they're protesting for, and other sorts of things that's going on. The world is being corrupt by people that want money and to come into different parts of the country and other things about that which contains drugs and stuff like that, and it's causing us all of us a sickness in a lot of different ways. Sickness isn't health-wise. The sickness is, I don't know when to cross the street right here because this light barely much works. Whatever situation, because they're working on the road over here. And that's another thing too. Like, everyone is over here working from a different country and things like that. Okay, so why are we brothers and sisters against this work ethic and illegal immigration ethic and all the other stuff like that? God put us here for that situation. Why aren't we being brothers and sisters against it? And why ain't we having an actual sit down talk to each other about situations that's going on? And whoever's bad, yeah, of course they should go to jail. Of course they should have this punishment or whatever like that. Is what everyone thinks and all that situation. Yeah, sure. But you're actually out there killing your own kind, because that guy that's sitting next to you, or that girl that's sitting next to you, or woman, whatever, is your brother or your sister, or your animal pet, or your way social of life. Okay? There's a lot of things that are corrupt in the world, and LA's going through a chaos right now. Orange County is going through a lot too, and I mean, it's a scary activity. If you know what that means, like it's a scary activity, or it's a scary world sometimes, it's just all that stuff like that. It should not be happening this way. We are all here as brothers and sisters, and we are all here put on the road for a need, and so on like that and everything. And look at what we have here. This is what we have. We have beautiful trees to look at. We have beautiful people to look at. We have beautiful things. Just put it this way: we have beautiful things to look at. Okay, and we have beautiful things that are given to us, and we have beautiful things that are done for us. Okay, and they're done from us and given to us by all these different cultures throughout the whole world. And some are taken away because that's just what we should do. And there were some that are given back to us because they got taken away from us. And so on, here and there. There's all kinds of things that are always going on in the world. And really good ways. Like that too. And there's so much homeless out there that actually need help. And everything. You know, I hope the world comes to a better place, not to where we're like having war out here. It looks like right now we're having a lot of things happening through us for I don't know if it's people are saying it's the president that is doing this to us. I don't understand what the whole situation is of fighting for propaganda of a land that's been created by the guy up above. And who takes control of this? They put us like right in the hand, you know? And, I got you. I am taking control of everything. I am this guy. You ain't God. Thank God they are rectified a lot of things in this world. And the biggest thing is that's out there, the world is corrupted by drugs and money. And public rights have been taken away and have been given back here and there. And then all these people that have left over here from the last one. And so on. This guy's very sick. I don't know. But I try to keep like leaning on the boat. He had a skateboard on his back. Well, anyways, to finish off the whole prayer, you know, I hope it all stops. And whoever is following the kingdom, will stay well. And hope everything goes well for everybody out there. And all this stuff just stops, you know. Amen to the guy up above. Thank him for everything he does for us. Thank him for everything that's going on in a good way. In the bad ways, I mean, we can't think that God's gonna do something bad to us, and we can't think that, you know, anything so bad's gonna happen to us. Because here's a knowledge thing that I noticed throughout my life, and it was asked to me, and it was a very hard question to answer. When I took this business classes and life study classes, if something was given to you that was completely no good, and you took that completely no good and turned it into something that was right and good for everything, what would you have? And those classes I took, throughout all the students and stuff that I called and stuff, you know, I was the only one actually correction, you know. And all the other different classrooms answered totally wrong. I raised my hand up, I'm waiting for my turn, and came my turn to try to answer the question. I said, you would have something. Because if it was rotten, and then you turned it right, like for an apple, for example, you hand me a rotten apple. But I took the rotten apple and I turned it right. I had something. From bad to good, and made it something great for everybody. That was my answer to that situation. And then another thing is the concept of knowledge right there. You know, it's if you gave me something that was no good, and I turned it to what was good for everybody, I still had something. Actually, because I have something that's actually great for everybody. You know, and my teacher goes, you're right, dude. That is the knowledge right there that I'm trying to give to all everybody in the classroom. And everybody else is not asking that knowledge. And I wasn't like the last one to be picked, or raising my hand. I wasn't the first one to be picked, or raising my hand. Or I wasn't like the third or second, last, whatever. You know, I was right there in the middle of the classroom and picked out in the middle between everybody. And there was actually questions that were that question was answered actually throughout the whole class. You know, in the sitting area role that we were in. You know? And there were still people to go even after me to try to answer that question. I didn't find out until like the end that everybody was in the classroom out of like 100 people. And this is at a junior college. And so things were being asked like that. Time I was in the junior college was actually when I was being homeless, when I was out of all that badness area of myself and try to get everything running for me to where I am now. I took life studies. I took business activities. I took classes to be knowledgeable to how to get a job, even, you know, and how to have even maybe your own business or whatever like that. You know, I took all kinds of sorts of classes throughout my whole life. But this business opportunity that was offered to me a long time ago through a company called EX Wholesalers, you know, and we were by a whole bunch of people that had a lot of knowledge and that had a lot of things in mind for the future, and shared our ideas throughout the whole classes and all that and everything like that. We had activities to do every day. We had classes to go to every day. We had all kinds of stuff like that. And I even went through like schoolings for different things. And you know, I went to a California Conservation job thing, and took classes there and all that stuff like that too. And there's so much activity going on throughout the whole world. We don't know everything. And there's a lot of things. Oh, wow. Okay, he was lit up. There's a lot of things for. Wow, there's another one. Oh, they're flying, dude. Down here. He's going fast, dude. The guy behind him. Barely they slowed down right behind him, dude. Where are these guys zoom around for, dude? Big with giant trucks. Who knows? I'm not ready to go find out. Oh boy, they're traveling pretty fast. They're actually traveling kind of slow. flying through there again. I don't know. Anyways, let's continue with the ride. It's been really nice and good to so far out here. We are going to be entering, actually we did already enter Santa Ana from Costa Mesa area. Really nice, good, smooth ride. Not a whole lot of activity going on. The roads are pretty much empty, it looks like here. It looks like the water's running. Everything looks quiet. So if you guys are interested in taking like certain kind of classes with that for licensing and other things, I'd say look up and check them out. You know, GX Max is no longer working out as far as I know, and that business course I just passed it with GX Max, and the life support, all that, and everything. You know, I did all that. That's where I'm at today in life. That's all I got here. All the knowledge I know from that, that's the greatest thing ever. So, you know, some people use this and use that and use that and use this to get around and all that and figure out things. You know, we don't need to use all that stuff. We just need to use one certain thing. Our mind. How can I control this? How can I do this? How can I do that? This is the correct answer to this, and this is the correct answer to that, and so on. You know, there's a lot of different cool things going on throughout the whole world.
Wait.
And the concept I see that's going on right now is chaos. People are fighting over if we should be here in this country or not. Okay? Of course, you shouldn't be here if you did something bad. And coming over to this country illegally or illegal, isn't there something they're fighting over? Okay, illegal, okay. Yeah, I can see why they want to come to the country because of money and because of we have a great country compared to like all the other countries out there. But we shouldn't have to be fighting over it, and we shouldn't have to be taking our protests over and everything, because the guy above is watching all of this throughout the whole thing. And the ones that are creating bad are going to go. The ones that are creating good are probably going to stay. And it should be staying. The only reason why I say it probably is because there's a lot of people that actually are from different countries that have done a lot of good things for us. For your example, here, who cut your lawn? Hispanics. Another example here, who invents a lot of things like such as e-bikes, cell phones, and electronics? China, Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia, all of them. Boom. Okay? They helped us out. Here's something that's really a good concept, okay? All these street lights out here, who are they invented by? A black guy or a white guy? Who knows that concept? Okay? And other sorts of things. You know? And actually, a lot of the stop traffic lights and all that were created by the black folks. like that. It's all different cultures. Now, I go to a church every single Sunday, and we're full of all different cultures. Through a whole church. Okay? The world is full of different cultures throughout the whole world. And people are going to want to live where they want to live. And do everything it takes to live there. Or whatever kind of aspect of job they're having, or like that. And we try our hardest. But there's people out there that don't want us to try. Don't want us to do. Don't want us to say. For example, a lot of things. And they want us to fight sometimes. And sometimes they don't want us to fight. And if you don't believe this is true, I mean, just take it for example and look out and listen to what I'm saying. There has been fights in the countries. There has been racism in the country. There has been fires in the country. There has been fights. There has been things taken away from us and given back to us. And there has been so many things that have happened that people say it's not true when it is absolutely true. And for example, I looked on my phone today because a friend had told me that no one died in LA. It says that there was 63 bodies that have actually died in LA. And then he looked at that and goes, what? I go, yeah, it's right here. I showed him on my phone. And he goes, that's a lie. Okay, I mean, if it was a lie, why was it on my phone? And why did it show all the stuff that happened? People have got shot, killed, everything. Like that too. Right now I just seen a police officer cruise down the riverbed. We're right here by the riverbed of Santa, and we're going to be heading up on in Harbor pretty soon. And he's probably checking for homeless people down there. People doing drugs. People living in the bridges. I mean, the world is like unreal. Okay, why are you living at the bridges? Because they have nowhere else to go. Are they all leaving the bridges? No. They just have nowhere to go. Why don't they have nowhere to go? And why don't they choose to do it? Okay, so that comes to figures because it's crazy. Okay, people make good choices and bad choices, and some people just choose not to work because they want to do it. And just like that guy over there, right there on the grass. He wants to feel free to sleep on the grass and have his bike there and his belongings there and live free because it's a clubbing area. But he's on private property. Okay? Private property open to the public is a whole different concept, you know. And people have their own base. Like that. There is a lot of things that is just going on because of corruption. People are just corrupted. Corrupted to that. They must believe in this world, must believe in that. So on, here and there. You must do this, must do that. What is the propaganda against that? Still fighting. Still not actually having a right ability things to do like that, you know. We still don't have a lot of things in writing. concept. I mean, because you're fighting, you're doing things and other things bad. Some things are good, okay, understandable. But there's a lot of things out there that's not going on for a good reason right now. For example, across the way over here, there's an RV that's up a parking lot. The person's got no home. He got his RV. Where can he stay? He doesn't know the resources for where to stay. Or how to stay in there because maybe he ain't got money. Maybe they do. But I just figured, okay, I'll just find myself right here because I am tired of looking around for a place to stay and I need to sleep. Eat whatever situation on that top of that too. And people out here is vendors for tacos, and that guy's they're out here to make money. That's another thing. It's just like corruption. People think that